Welcome to Bitstorm, a comedy game design podcast by two guys who know nothing about comedy nor game design. I'm Trevor Scott, and with me, as always, is Ben Slinger.
Hello.
What are we doing tonight, Ben?
You tell me, Trevor. You're the moderator.
I'm the moderator this week. We're going to do something that we haven't done for quite a while, and that's ramped up click pitch. So ramped up click pitch is a game where we each have a adjective and a noun in front of us, and we're going to throw these adjectives and nouns at each other, and we're going to come up with game designs based off of those. I really haven't explained ramped up click pitch in about 90 plus episodes.
Is that how long it's been?
Because fucked up click pitch was there at the start of the second season.
That's true.
So
it's been
this is something that we haven't done since season 1.
Yeah, wow.
Because that's when Watch Out for Snakes died.
All those dead snakes.
It's not good.
Yeah. Well, let's jump right in.
Let's jump right in. Okay, there we go. And 3, 2, 1, click.
Splashed rampart.
Rosy prescience.
So, I mean, rampart is, like I guess like a wall of a castle or something, right? That's what I know of as a rampart. I think I can get the definition here. An embankment built around a space for defensive purposes.
Yeah. And rosy, everyone knows what rosy is. But prescience is the power to foresee the future.
Yeah.
Which is why when I saw that, I'm like, oh, this could be fun.
That's a fun one. So, whenever I think of the word rampart, I think of the game Rampart. Did you ever play the game Rampart back in the day?
No. Whenever I think of ramparts, I think of Army of Darkness.
Oh.
Because at the end of Evil Dead 3, Army of Darkness, they're on the ramparts, fighting off against the...
So Ramparts, the old game, was essentially you had like Tetris-esque pieces that you'd get to put down walls of your rampart and then place cannons in certain points. Okay. You'd each be doing it at the same time, and then you got to like fire on each other based on those cannons. So I always think of like attacking ramparts with cannons and different things. So what Prescience then gave me was something around foreseeing the damage you're going to do, foreseeing the attacks, not necessarily a multiplayer thing, around, like planning, like seeing into the future seeing physics into the future in some way, and whether there's anything to be done there around like strategically taking down certain parts of the wall, or maybe the splashed comes into it with the moat around the castle or something. I don't know. You could be you're the wizard in the enemy's tower, and you're sending orders because you can see, a certain way into the future. Yeah,
and you can plan around, if they build here, this is the sort of damage they can do. If they build here, this is the sort of damage they can do. You can see into the future and see the armies coming from this direction.
Yeah.
So this is where you need to build.
Or even,
and you should build it now.
Yeah, like you get ahead of it. It could give an interesting strategy to it. And actually, what I was just thinking, even if you're only seeing 5-10 seconds into the future, it could be really interesting. I can imagine sort of a battlefield where you're seeing the current time and the future overlaid on each other. So it can become really difficult to read, but that sort of plays into it in a sense. It's like, it's sort of getting good at reading this semi-muddy kind of thing, because it's like, are those soldiers actually there, or are they the ones that are going to be there in 10 seconds? And so I should tell, the enemies to fire in 5 seconds because I know that they're going to be, that sort of thing. Could be really interesting.
Yeah, I quite like that. Quite like that a lot. Like, especially the, that feel of looking through the crystal ball.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's the rosiness. It's a rose crystal.
Yeah. I mean, that just works.
That gives us all 4.
Okay. When you're ready, 3, 2, 1, click.
Right.
And we have continuing avocado.
Piezoelectric bookkeeping. So piezoelectric, I think, it generates electricity through movement, I believe.
Yeah, unfortunately, the definition for that is not great.
Relating to or involving
piezoelectricity.
Yes. Thanks, dictionary. I believe that's what it is. I believe it's generating electricity through some like compression, maybe, or movement or something.
There are a lot of piezoelectric speakers and that sort of stuff.
Yeah,
so that makes
right.
sense.
That makes sense. Bookkeeping. I mean, that could be so many things.
Yeah. Continuing avocado, I just immediately started thinking of Star Wars. So
Star Wars,
and
okay.
continuing.
Okay. I could see an avocado being a bookkeeper of some sort, maybe like a librarian.
Working librarian,
or, Starch Wars. Where does an avocado sit on the Starch Wars thing? Obviously, they're fruit, basically, aren't they?
They are fruit.
They're from a tree.
Yes.
They have a pit.
Yes.
Fruit was kind of on the sidelines of the Starch Wars in a lot of ways.
I mean, they pretty much were. For those who don't know, going all the way back to very early season one, episode with Brendan White, good friend of ours, runs a bunch of different podcasts, was 8-Bit, now running More Than Hentai, something like that. So many different things. We came up with the idea of very far in the future.
Well, it ended up being that. I don't know if it was when we started, but
it ended up being root vegetables versus leafy vegetables, and a war that
broke out between.
We continued it later on with Monique the Leek.
We've done a number of different ones exploring, where the different types of other foods sat, what actually happened to humans, how these vegetables essentially became sentient, post-war, what that looks like. I believe Monique the Leek was post-war, but there was a lot of racism.
Yeah, because she was a leafy vegetable and therefore...
Yes.
But also part root because...
Yes.
And so it was that weird sort of thing that she wasn't quite...
one or the other. Who is really, like, these vegetable purists...
as we found out, like, this is far in the future after all humans have been wiped out, basically.
Yeah.
So I like the idea of
species.
This is a story of the avocado. Literally, just
are they a researcher?
They're collecting old text and trying to translate, English text into their own language, and
it's called vegetarian.
That tickled me the right way. Well done, Ben.
Just like a leafy vegetable does.
I mean, yeah, they always tickle me the right way.
I like that. You almost build it as a deduction-y sort of, or like puzzle game in a sense. And I mean, continuing, right? Like that could be about this avocado is an aficionado
yes.
of human culture and is attempting to continue it and not let it die out, essentially.
Okay, so are they being asked to go through all their notes and all this sort of stuff and answer?
I think there's two factions here. I think there's one faction who's trying to destroy all evidence of humanity.
Yeah.
They want a clean slate. They don't want to know anything about the past. They're covering it up.
They don't want to know anything about the meat that
the meat sticks that used to live in this place.
Meat mammals or talky mammals. Talky meat.
Flesh talkers. And then there's another faction who is, and maybe these are the more secretive ones because they're less well liked and less going with like the government, and they're trying to find out more because they think there's something to be learned from the downfall of humanity and their achievements prior to that.
Yeah.
Including how the vegetables, how the food
came to
be sentient and able to live the way they do.
There's something about that. It wasn't. I almost like the fact that the humans had nothing to do with the vegetables becoming sentient. It's just that they
evolved.
They evolved over.
I think we might have actually concluded
needed.
that. Yeah,
I think we included that the humans actually did do something to create, but it's like I also like the idea of this is just the natural evolution.
Maybe it's more of the humans did something that would speed up their evolution. So it's not that the humans had a hand in the evolution itself. It's more that they created the circumstances for
to speed
up evolution, which now presumably has slowed down in that their lifespans are not minutes. That might have been, the thing that accounted for.
Yeah. And the fact that, a lot of plants, they only lasted for, you cut them off their things.
Yes.
And they only literally
that's
last.
It. They were, maybe that's a big part of it. Plants' survival before relied on them being in the ground in some way or attached to a tree that was in the ground or whatever. Like you pick a fruit off a tree, it starts dying immediately. So perhaps that's sort of part of it. It's like, the evolution that allowed us freedom from our roots.
From our roots, yeah. Okay, yeah. And
which is weird because the root vegetables literally are roots, but allowed them to live above surf, to live disconnected from the soil. In certain ways.
And breathe air, or experience air.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they're still very photosynthesis based.
Yeah,
and they breathe out oxygen.
I just love the idea that the avocado is talking to its mum, and you finally see that it's just talking to this big fucking tree because of course
that makes sense. Yeah, right. That's actually really interesting because there's a when fruit in particular are in their youth, they relish not being tied to the ground, right? They can go out, experience the world. But at a certain point, they need to put down roots and start a family.
But the crazy thing is, they're doing all this stuff, but they're continually attached to their mum. Like,
for a while, yeah.
Because that's how they grow.
Yes.
Because if they're not connected to that, via their stem, then they're not growing anymore. That's as much as they grow, and now they disconnect and they've got adulthood until they get old and wrinkly, and then they've got to.
And then they plant, and then they set down roots. I like that. Yeah. So essentially, they are attached to their mother, and maybe it's a mother/father? Like, they essentially don't have. It's the father is the bee that happened to pollinate. The bees don't talk though. They're not intelligent.
Got an absent father and he just buzzes in.
Buzzing past. But yes, the avocado is growing from its parent until adolescence.
Yeah.
And then at a certain point when they decide to leave home, they wriggle themselves loose, they pull themselves loose. It's like, bye, mum, dad.
Mum, hey, dad, bye. Zzz, fuck you.
And they go off into the world. So, the particularly rebellious fruit, you can tell because, generally, because they're smaller. They have left home earlier. They've emancipated themselves before they're fully grown. And I think, I wonder if there may be this...
kind of like orphan children.
Yeah, it's like Tiny Tim. Tiny Timato.
Then he
That's
finds
what
it.
cherry tomatoes are. No, that's a different.
Tiny tomato, you're just a cherry tomato trying to fit in with all these
With all
delinquent-
these Roma tomatoes. These gourmets. I love that. I think our avocado here, they're well past the time they usually would have set down roots. But they're
because
like,
they
no,
love the word so much.
that's it. This is too important. I can't leave the library, my research.
I can only do this while I've got limbs. Once I
Yeah.
set down roots, like I have limbs of a different kind. And
Yes, but they're not able to grab and do this sort of
the
work.
fact that like the fruit really only gets to live a free life out there during their adolescence until they reach maturity,
Yeah.
which is when they plant themselves, and then they have a whole second life of
Oh yeah, and that
all
might be
they're doing
for
is-
hundreds of years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So until then, they're sort of like they're living off,
But that's a really interesting culture that
Yeah.
sort of builds then.
really.
I
is.
quite like that. And I mean, we won't tackle the vegetables because in this particular one and their general life cycle, because that's going to be a whole other can of worms.
Well,
Literally, because
I-
the worms in the soil. And
Well, I think the vegetables are actually really, like, they're envious of the whole, the fact that the fruits live two lives, basically. They live this life before they settle down, and then they live hundreds of years having millions or thousands of different children that go off and do all this amazing stuff. And vegetables, they're just... They're
well,
in
that's
that little
interesting because
patch.
vegetables generally grow from an offshoot of another vegetable or something, don't they?
Yeah.
How does that usually work? Because
So-
you can plant, like a potato will grow from old bits of potato
Yeah.
or whatever. I don't fully understand necessarily how this sort of seedling sort of stuff works there from a biology
No.
perspective.
I just know
But-
that all the fruit is the seed, like, and
Yes, for fruit, it's around the seed.
and the seed is given all that other stuff, so it can basically give it nutrients to build itself again.
Well, I guess it must because you plant a vegetable garden, like carrots and stuff.
Yeah, the seed's there somewhere.
Seeds, isn't it? I don't know.
I don't know how they
Don't
propagate.
know enough. We don't know enough about vegetables to dig into that side of things. But yeah, I mean, I think then gameplay wise, like, I mean, it's obviously pretty narrative based, but I think there's a lot of document shuffling. It's a bit of a document shuffler, as the genre is.
With like tons of really cool lore for anyone who wants to really
Really
look
cool
into it.
lore.
Like,
Puzzles, essentially deciphering stuff.
yeah,
It'll be interesting actually because if you want to do it truly, you're gonna have to make up a human language that humans can't understand. Sort of. You know what I
Sort
mean?
of,
Like for to be from the avocado's point of view and not understanding, say, English, if we went with English, you need the player to not understand it if they're just reading it.
that's where looking at something like a Chance of Sonar could be a bit.
Yeah, sort of symbol based or like lining up
Yeah.
symbols. Or like come up with a bit of a Simlish language.
Yeah. Okay, 3, 2, 1, click.
Cloudless chips.
Rigorous mistranslation.
Well, this is just the next phase because a potato in Starch Wars is going to get turned into chips. No, it's going to be something new. Cloudless is interesting. Certain implications there. A drought of some sort.
It's either a drought or it's
A desert,
it's almost, you could take cloudless as, overtly happy.
Yeah, you could go a bit more metaphorical with it for sure.
And I like the idea of rigorous mistranslation. That
Just a rigorous mistranslation, just with rigor.
there's something about like, in this world, again, far future, they've mistranslated something, and everyone, has to live this cloudless life of,
Okay.
kind of always being overtly happy and never showing their emotions.
Okay. What if what they translated was an old farmer's almanac of weather at certain times of the year, right? But they translated it into like meaning emotions, and they think that this is like scripture of some sort. And it's like, well, no, during the summer months, you must be cloudless. We save being cloudy for the autumn, or whatever it is. Like that it's this is how we live our life according to the seasons. And it might be so far in the future that the climate's completely different. So it doesn't match up. Like they haven't figured out, or it's just that the almanac's so old that like it's no longer relevant. I mean, I know that that's mostly like repeating that they figured that stuff out, but
there is something about that, this far future, and then
they're on a different fucking planet. Like it's completely irrelevant to the actual weather.
This person or this character who doesn't feel cloudless, they feel cloudy all the time, and they know that they will be, persecuted if they show their emotions.
Yeah,
and
I think it's maybe sort of a more subtle version of like We Happy Few, where that was very much the sort of government fascist sort of we have control 1984-esque sort of thing. I think this is much more cultural and subtle and religious and community. Like everyone around you follows these teachings essentially. And you don't know, like they might all be feeling cloudy too, but they all put on their cloudless face.
Yep. There's something about like going into a school and having this saccharine like sort of teacher who's overtly happy and it's just so over the top and so fake that.
Well, and I think it goes both ways then, because I think in the cloudy months, everyone's having to force a depressive kind of view as well. And in those months, it's frowned upon to smile even or to like be upbeat. And so just having the main character really feeling put upon by these beliefs.
Or by these rules that just don't make sense.
Yeah.
And whether it's them finding this rigorous mistranslation or it's just a character study into,
Yeah, no, I don't even. I think maybe we just use that as the kickoff for the world building.
They don't have to find any of this out.
We don't even have to necessarily explain how it got there. It's just that this world has these beliefs around, and I mean, you could get it across subtly if people are talking about, no, the book says that January is a cloudless month, so we follow the cloudless way.
January or something like that. Like,
yeah, it's slightly mistranslated even there. Say January? It's janky.
January is what I said.
January Unchained.
Jenga. January.
Jenga Unchained.
I like that a lot. There's something there that we can probably go a little bit more into gameplay.
Yeah, I mean it's a really interesting setting.
Yes,
and I don't.
It's not a game.
It's not a game. What were
set on a golf course?
So Chips was our
set
other
on
word.
A golf course, and there's zombies.
Trevor's got his mind elsewhere.
It's a match 3.
Match the clouds in the sunlight.
It's a VR game, and the VR headset on your face is anthropomorphic. and it jumps off and runs after other people.
Now we're really going to our old standards.
I mean, that was literally just a reference to something that we talked about with the inconsolables.
Yes. All right, shall we re-click?
And their name was Victoria Knowledge. And at 5 o'clock style. 3 to 1 click.
Crippling Matt. And it's literally M-A-T-T. I don't know if that's a word. I guess I'll look it up, but I'm taking it as a dude's name. Oh, no, this is saying not reflecting light. I thought that was M-A-T-T-E.
Yeah. And supervised parasol.
So someone cripples Matt with a parasol.
I mean, why not?
Kind of like a fighting game with someone with using a parasol as a weapon is kind of cool. Very like Jackie Chan improvised weapon kind of dealio.
Very Kirby as well. Kirby quite often has a parasol.
Oh, really? Yeah. Or Princess Peach, floats around on a parasol.
You can do a lot with a parasol.
Supervised, though, is interesting.
For some reason, I'm getting a feel of like a battle royale sort of thing, and it's being overlooked by, a supervising authority sort of thing.
Ooh. Do you get to play? Is this a game where you play that authority and all of the players are AI in some way?
Could be. Like, there's something about, you've got to come up with what's the twist going to be for this time, and
you get to just throw in all these rules, and then the AI has to
systems-based.
Yeah, like has to account for that basically.
How broken everything is, like, and find synergies that you didn't think about, like.
I'm surprised there's not more that does that sort of thing, because I mean we've had bots that can play things like Fortnite or going back to like Quake and stuff reasonably well. Put 100 of them, together and watch them play and see under what circumstances they win. That's kind of fun.
Like
and then you change up the meta.
And with the way that AI is right now, there's so much more that you could actually do with a lot of this stuff that technically you could have them go, okay, have this AI take control of this, this AI take control of this, make decisions based off of what fun things can I do and what can I learn about the objects that I've got here right now, and see if I can find a synergy that.
Yeah, it would be really interesting to write. I mean, you're almost in that way writing a genetic algorithm, in a sense, a learning AI, where each game it plays, it's learning something else. And so as long as the meta stays the same, basically, they will continue to learn. And then you shift things up. The next season starts, you've changed a bunch of the rules, you've switched out some weapons and not others. But it's still got the old knowledge, like it keeps that knowledge, but now it has to adapt to the next goal sort of thing.
Okay, so partway through you find out that one of the AIs that you've been watching over, like, they're the most imaginative out of all of them. And, they're the ones who are always breaking every single thing. Only to realize that this is actually like a human player that is like locked in the loop.
That's fun.
By the name of Matt.
Yeah, okay.
That's how I got to it. I thought of.
I do like that, but I like that from both directions now, which is a shame, because I also like the idea of you playing this player and slowly realizing that no one else is real, and not only that, but there's this person that is controlling all of this, and then you're almost like, oh, how do I break out of this?
And then it's very much I'm trying to think of, like, there was a adventure game by Double Fine.
Oh.
That had the two people. It was two games.
Yeah. Broken Age. Yeah.
I like the idea of you're playing both.
Yeah, and then they sort of meet At some point.
At some point. So you've got that feel of, this is entertainment for all the people out there.
Yeah.
And you're just trying to give the best entertainment for the people out there as the controller. Like, that's your whole thing. And then when you work out that, no, this is a real person in here, and it's like, then all of a sudden you get to play from the other side of.
Do you do a thing where, like, the reveal only works for whichever one you play first? Which I think is kind of like Broken Age in a way, because I think you can.
No, I think it's just you automatically get.
I think you can play some bits in different order.
Okay. It's been a long time.
But I kind of like that where you could start as Matt, and
I mean, everyone's going to start as Matt.
I mean, maybe.
I mean, who wouldn't with a game like with a name like Matt?
I mean, yeah. I mean, but he's dull. That's literally what it means. But if you start as Matt, then it feels like a Fortnite-esque thing. The player themselves knows that all the other players are AI. They know it's a single-player game. But in the world fiction, you're essentially spawning in this world. You think you're fighting Matt thinks he's fighting other people over and over again. Maybe he knows it's a video game. Maybe he doesn't. Like, he sees that there are spectators of some sort. The reveal for him is, these actually are AI, and I'm somehow in a simulation of that this overlord person is running to try to figure out the best game to entertain people. But
like, it's not even the entertainment.
No,
this is just like,
it's research basically.
Have you seen the movie The Electric State?
Oh no, that's fairly the recent one, Netflix one or something. Yeah, last couple of years. No, is it good?
Yeah, so surprisingly, there's some stuff in here that could actually work quite well. So okay. I won't spoil it all for you. It got really bad reviews, and I don't know why. It is just a fun idea and good.
I definitely got turned off it by some of the reviews, but I'll have to give it another look.
If you look at who wrote and directed it, it's like, oh no, these guys are the guys who, yes, they were involved in Marvel and all this sort of stuff, and they did, Avengers, Infinity War, and Endgame.
Oh, it's the Russos or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Right. No, I didn't realize that.
So, like, I can see why.
I think they obviously got held to quite a high standard then.
Yeah, but it was a fun movie that we just kind of didn't turn our brains off as such, but we sat there and all of us are going, this is just a good, fun popcorn movie.
Yeah, sometimes that's nice, particularly with a sci-fi thing. That reminds me of there was one with Tom Holland that came out where, like, it was a world, it was in a world where, like, men's thoughts were, like, projected outwards and could be seen by people, and so it, like, created this culture.
It was called What Men Want.
No, it was like a sci-fi-ish thing.
And it starred Mel Gibson.
Or maybe
and
it was
Helen
the opposite.
Hunt.
Maybe it was the opposite. But anyway,
What Women Want.
It was quite interesting.
With Mel Gibson and Helen Hunt. And Tom Holland.
It was what root vegetables want.
What Monique wants.
How Monique got a leak back. No, anyway, yes, okay. The Electric State, yeah. And then obviously, but if you choose to play as the Overlord thing first, then it's sort of the opposite. You know that you think that you're dealing just with AI, and yeah, you're putting together these different scenarios. The AI is reacting, and then there's this one, and you realize, oh shit, there's like a human mind in my simulation somehow. And then from there on, it almost converges in a way.
Yeah, that they're trying to work together.
And they're sort of, trying to figure out what happened, or maybe
how to get this human out of this, because what you've actually done is, as far as the Overlord is concerned, is you've actually poisoned my whole simulation,
my research.
and I have to start again.
Yeah. Fuck you, Matt.
Yeah.
Fucking Matt.
I love the fact that they're helping him out, and it gets right to the end. It's like, fuck you. Like, you've ruined all my work. Now I've got to start again. Season 1. Okay.
Fortnight 2.
I think that's all we have time for.
Yeah, so thank you for joining us this week on Bitstorm. If you would like to find our previous episodes online, you can go to bitstormcast.com. Check them out there. Also take a look at bitstorm.games for some fun stuff coming soon.
I mean, there's a lot of stuff there that we should probably put up there. So
We need to update it also, yes.
the music that we play at the start and end of each episode, that song is called Mount Defiance, and it's off of the album Contain My Failure by the band Dust. It's a fun song. We really enjoy it. That's why we've played it on this podcast for nearly 500 episodes. So, I mean, I don't want to change it anytime soon. So, yeah.
Check it out. So, yes, thank you again for joining us this week on Bitstorm. I'm Ben Slinger.
I'm Trevor Scott.
And I'm an avocado.
Hi, Mom. Dad.